On that, on the block punt last week, is that just what happened with Derek, I guess?
I think the biggest thing was it was an alignment issue. We have a set depth that we like to play at. Sometimes that changes based on the opponent, but for the most part, it's always pretty much a standard. So anytime you're in a situation where something's different, you've got to be ready to make a quick adjustment. So, the depth probably created most of the problem there in terms of being able to get his hands on the guy quick enough. And you've got two options. He's either going to try to edge you, which means you got to protect inside out, or he's going to try to cross your face, which means you got to flatten him and finish him so we can get it across, when that distance between the final part of the set is closer to the block point, sometimes a guy like that can just kind of ricochet, which is basically what it was, because it was a six-box return scheme. But most people in this league are going to force the backside, wrap that guy around, do something to tempo the punter, to not let him sit back there and hold the ball any longer. Although that wasn't a problem in terms of that particular play. It was just more about the launch point and things like that affect you so much in special teams. 8 yards on a punt, on a field goal, and it's generally going to be about a 9.5 to a 10-yard block point on the punt. So you kind of got, it's like a quarterback in the shotgun. You got different launch points, and you got to know how to protect against that.
Was normal? I mean, it was tough to tell.
I'm not going to say it was normal because we weren't going to give that kid a ball. You know what I'm saying? It was going to be an interesting play had we been able to get it off, because both of the gunners did a nice job on getting a release versus their vice. And both of them were going towards the direction of the kick. So, it was a play we were, prepared to try to, be able to take the guy out of the game if we could, either with the kick itself or with the coverage.
I mean, he didn't kick it low into the hand.
No. It was not a normal drop in terms of what we were doing, but it was a planned deal that, we had going in to try to eliminate, a great return guy. You got to do that sometimes, either, like I said, with either the punt, the location of the punt, or with the coverage itself, being able to take care of him. I was grateful we didn't pump it twice. I know that.
Did it feel good to see Greg bounce back and hit that 51-yarder?
Yeah, it was. And a little bit of hesitation there, because I was waiting for Sam upstairs to tell me when he said 33-yard line. That was about where we, knew going in that we were going to hit it from in that particular situation. And he went out there and, stepped up and made a big kick. He, again, got to do it again this week. And also that's not going to change for us. But it was nice. Should be a confidence builder for him in that respect.
How long can it take, like a young kicker like that? Because, there were some reports that some kickers worked out here the day before the game. How long does it take for a young kicker like that to kind of earn the trust?
You guys asked that question that day. I really think just, I've had young punters, I've had young kickers. I think it really kind of takes – this league is so different. Particularly with the ball situation. You're a yard deeper with the snap than you are in college. I really think, for an example, when I had the kid Catanzaro in Arizona, we had a good team, and he was making kicks. We were going to be productive in that area. So his rookie year, I think he made first 17 or 18, whatever it was, in a row. That's the thing that gets them a little bit more experience, is when they can go out there like they did in Pittsburgh, where he had a chance to make 3 in a row. So I think those things build more experience quicker. But generally, it's going to take about a year for a guy to kind of settle into this game, because every situation is going to be different, But it's good to see him get a long ball, because, he has that type of leg.
What do you mean by the ball situation between college and pro?
Well, the NFL, you have a K-ball. College ball, you can use whatever ball the quarterback likes is going to be used. Whatever ball the kicker likes is going to be used. In this league, I think 4 balls or 3 balls or 2 balls are prepped per side, per team. And that's generally what you're going to get, unless one gets into the stands or somebody scores on a touchdown and takes it out of the game. You're going to probably deal with 2 balls per game, and they're going to be balls that were fresh out of the box the morning of the game. I think it's a 45-minute rub down process that they allow each team to get 2 balls ready to play on each side.
With the exception of the trip to Houston, from here on out now you're going to be playing in weather. It's probably going to be a factor now. So how do you coach Greg through that? Because that's probably something he's not used to dealing with.
Well, I think, first of all, we changed the shoe weeks ago, his plant foot shoe. And so I think we've got that figured out in terms of what we need to do with the plant, because that's the critical part of it as well. And then, practicing in the situations, whether we're inside as a team, like last week, he went out. We took him outside. Even though we were inside because of the weather, he was able to go out and get his work done. So I think those are things. And our fields do, the game field right now and the practice field, man, they're in excellent shape, and they're very similar to how they play here. Now, the problem at practice is you don't have the stadium surroundings and you don't have the wind consistently like that. But I think it's just a deal where getting out there and getting the shoe and all those things, and then going out and, testing it in pregame once you get to the game site.
So like today where it's cold, it's raining out, that'd be like perfect to take him out today and have.
Yeah, we normally don't kick him on Friday, so he had his work yesterday, and from what I've seen, game time, it might be a nice day from the standpoint of at least the snow or rain. But I think pretty much our fields match up with what we're going to face, and our guys do a great job of getting those ready for us. So he'll have plenty of opportunities to get himself ready during the week for what he's going to encounter. And then we have the turf, obviously, when we go to Cincinnati. Houston's now turf as well. So, the next 2 games will be a little bit more footing in terms of that.
It looked like in the Atlanta game last week, their kickoffs there weren't a ton of touchbacks. It looked like Washington was returning kicks. So I know as we get deeper into the year, weather-wise, that happens anyway. But so is there maybe an extra focus on the return game and what you have to do on kickoffs?
We generally try to, spend an equal amount of time during the course of a week. If we need an extra walkthrough or something like that on a scheme we might have been putting in for the week, we will. But practice time is, the same amount. But the biggest thing is we try to always make sure when we rep a practice play, we rep it with a hit to the left and a hit to the right, anticipating that the stadiums are going to play different, on each end of it. So to answer your question, I guess you'd say we do spend a little bit more time. Like yesterday when we repped, I think we had like 8 reps. 2 went, one went here, 1 went there. Might be even the same play, just trying to make sure we handle the, where the ball is going to land and the sets and stuff like that match up. Because kickoff return is so much about spacing.
I mean, the guy like Jabril will probably have to be more ready. We get so used to the ball just flying over their heads and nobody even catches it nowadays. But
from a standpoint of distance, I do think 5 to 8 yards, something like that's taken off. And then hang time, obviously, a ball can get beat down quicker, and Bosher's been kicking a long time, so his ball will be. We know a lot about where his balls usually go when they do play outside. I think they played 3 outdoor games this year. So we focus and study on that as much as we do anything else. But, yeah, everybody better be ready to be a fielder in conditions like this.